Here are a few important questions regarding CBSE Class 12 examination as well as NEET preparation. The topic of these questions are related to electrochemistry. The first question is here: the position of some metals in electrochemical series in decreasing electropositive character is given as Mg greater than Al greater than zinc greater than copper greater than silver. What will happen if copper spoon is used to stir a solution of aluminum nitrate? The answer is there won't be any reaction, and here are the hints related to these questions. I request our students to go through these hints, and since an electropositive character is given here, therefore the answer D is most suitable out of all other options. Now the next question is: in the electrolysis of dilute sulfuric acid using platinum electrodes, 4 options are given. The question is very common. Hydrogen is evolved at the cathode, hydrogen is produced at the anode, oxygen is obtained at the anode, sulfate ions reacts at the anode. So the answer to this question is related at option A, hydrogen is evolved at the cathode. And here are the hints, are the points to be noted. Due to platinum electrode, self-ionization of water takes place. And of course, dilute solution of sulfuric acid ionizes, forming hydrogen ion and the sulfate ions, as represented here. On electrolysis, there is a reaction between H plus and 2 electron and hydrogen gas is evolved. We know it well, and finally hydrogen gas is liberated at cathode. So that's the answer. While anode, either sulfate ions or water molecules can get oxidized, but the oxidation of sulfate ions involves breaking more bonds than H2O molecule, and therefore sulfate has a lower oxidation potential than water. Thus, water is oxidized at the anode to liberate oxygen molecule, not on the cathode. So that's the answer, and it has a very common example. Platinum is unreactive electrode. So these reactions are important and are commonly asked in the question. Next, the amount of electricity that can deposit 108 grams of silver from silver nitrate. Of course, it depends upon the Faraday's laws of electrolysis, and the amount of electricity required in this case will be the mass, atomic mass of silver 108, or then that is the equivalent weight also, and that will be equal to 96,500 coulombs of electricity, which is equal to 1 Faraday. So that's the right answer. Next question: a silver cup is plated with silver by passing 965 coulombs of electricity. The amount of silver deposited is, now here are the calculations. It needs certain calculations, and that will be for 96,500 coulombs are required for 108 grams of silver deposition. Therefore, 965 will be deposited by 1.08 grams. So it has been a very simple calculation, and that's the right answer. Now we move to the next question. The question is quite significant, and of course it is not objective type of question or MCQ type of question. Here, a cell is prepared by dipping a copper rod in 1 m copper sulfate solution and nickel rod in 1 m nickel sulfate solution. The standard electrode potential of copper and nickel electrodes are plus 0.34 volts and minus 0.25 volts respectively. Now we are required to represent the construction of the cell, means the cell has to be constructed, and which will be the positive electrode and which will be negative electrode we have to point out. Calculate the standard EMF of the cell. We can calculate, write down the cell reaction, calculate the maximum amount of work done by the cell. Now here is the answer. Cell composition. This will be the cell composition as represented here. Negative half cell and the positive half cell and the anode and cathode. Negative half cell is anode and positive half cell is cathode. So this is the cell composition. Next question or next part of the question is calculating E cell. That is equal to E cell is equal to E naught Cu dipositive upon Cu and E naught Ni dipositive oblique Ni, and put up the values here and you get 0.59 volts. That's the correct answer. Similarly, next question, cell reaction. This represents the cell reaction here, and the final reaction is represented as Ni solid Cu2 positive aqua giving Ni2 positive. Of course, it will be aqua and Cus solid. Finally, we have to calculate the maximum amount of work done, and W maximum is equal to, as we know, is equal to NF E naught. Put up the values and you get the value as 113.87 kg. Okay, so this has been a good exercise and example for different type of questions in electrochemistry. Please, and similar many other questions are available, and we should be back with so many other questions relating to electrochemistry. Okay, thank you. Please do subscribe to our channel. Thank you again.